Hi, welcome to this section of the course. So let's start our introduction to data analytics. We'll first go through the standard definition of what an enterprise analytics means. And according to one of the tech portal technopedia.com, they say enterprise analytics refers to the process of having data, business, and process analytical capabilities across an enterprise. It provides organizations with the ability to collect, analyze, and process analytical data in all or most functions of the business. Now, if I have to simplify this definition, I would say we already know that multiple enterprise, they have got multiple sources of data. They can it can be CRM data, it can be of log data, it can be any system data that they are collecting. So the process of collecting that data, maybe from various systems, the applications that they are running, maybe the CRM, the logs that they are collecting from the various IoT devices, maybe some customer portal or something like that, or they can make a process on how to collect the data, how to store it. Then they can bring out a process of how to analyze it, maybe using some tool, or maybe a simple SQL, or whatever it could be. And then in order to utilize that analytics or the data, that output data, which can give them a fruitful information for all the functions of the business that they have. So maybe an enterprise may have only one system, but typically in an enterprise now there are lots of data sources. So we can always tap all those data sources, we can bring them together, we can do some analytics, and then we can try to figure out a meaningful information that could be in the form of prediction, that could be in the form of security, that could be in the form of creating artificial intelligence modeling and feeding the information to the system for their better efficiency, for production efficiency. It could be anything. So the enterprise level analytics can only happen when you have lots of data sources coming together, and then people, especially an analyst, which can perform lots of tricks and the number crunching things on that data using various tools, various techniques, and various models. And then they can go ahead and give a meaningful information through which a business can run efficiently, more profitably, and they can utilize that data for a longer period of time. Now, if we have to look for the various kind of analytics, then we have business analytics, we have web analytics. Now, web analytics is nothing but when the business has got a website or a portal. Now they can see the trends, how the customer is actually moving from one page to another page, and they can save those clicks in the database, and then they can do the analytics. They can work out how to place their orders, their catalog, and how to make sure that people can effectively use their products that they are selling. Now, moving on to big data analytics, definitely big data analytics is something which is not only limited to one data source. And when we talk about big data analytics, it is more of an enterprise-wide usage, wherein you pool all sorts of data across the enterprise to from every nook and corner of the business functions, and then you store it in one place. Then you make use of different tools, different techniques. Maybe you can make your own models, and then you can crunch that data, then figure out what kind of information you require from them. And all these things is done by big data analysis, and performed by special people like data scientists and data analysts, and that's how it is done. Now, moving on to customer analytics, so definitely the various types of data that is being captured through from the customers, you can do that analysis. Then you have data analytics, then access control facility, like you have all the access control system from where you can collect the logs, you can see how the trends are, you can actually make out the meaningful information out of it, and then you can utilize it. And last but not the least is accounting software. So definitely we in any of the organizations we come across with various accounting software. So the data, the logs, and the lots of things that you can do with the accounting softwares, and then you can do some number crunching, you can do some data crunching and come up with a sustainable model. So these are the types of data analytics that we can have in an enterprise level organization. And if we have to specifically move towards our course objective, which is big data, I would like to compare BI, which is business intelligence, versus big data. Now, the scope of big data is business intelligence is limited to structured data. However, big data can be anything. It could be structured, unstructured, semi-structured. Now, if we have to look for business intelligence, you must recall the systems, or like we should just take a step back. Maybe 5 years back we used to have only these BI systems, wherein we used to pull data from all the sources to this particular system. Then we used to make a meaningful tables and big tables out of it, and then you have to write a query. The system analyst used to write a query, perform the analytics, and get the report out of it. But now if you look at that as a system, it was only based on the structured data. So you were constrained to only one type of data, which was structured data. You had a relational database system which you had to create from the multiple sources, and then you have to pull the strings to figure out multiple queries, and then you have to make a report out of it. And that the system used to be lengthy, that system used to be time taking, time consuming, wherein you have the jobs running on a periodical time frame, and then they were generating some Excel reports, maybe some graphs or something like that. However, now in the big data scenario, first of all, you don't have to worry about the type of data. That means it is structured or unstructured or semi-structured. You can actually have anything and everything in terms of data. You can save it in the big data environment on the Hadoop ecosystem, and then you can make use of multiple tools. Of course, these multiple tools may only cater to one or two type of use cases, but then depending upon the type of use case you have, you can deploy those tools or the techniques, and then you can make use of the data that you have at one place, and you can make a model out of it. Maybe the artificial intelligence model that you can keep on training, and you can build artificial intelligence in your system. You can actually get insight about how your sales is going, how your web portal is doing, and all those things. I mean, there is a number of applications that you can have from this kind of implementation. So again, coming back to BI, in the BI the storage and the compute was limited. You had to actually plan it out. You cannot have unlimited, or the scalability used to be limited. You have to plan it according to your usage, and sometimes the system becomes very slow because of the performance and all. But in case of big data, scaling is up to petabyte size or even more, depending upon the requirement. It can be scaled up. And then of course storage is something which is up to petabyte size, so you can store anything and everything. Lots of file formats are supported. You don't have to rely only on the RDBMS or relational databases or relational data. You can have unrelated data. You can just go through any kind of data. You can just create your data structure, and then you can do the analytics out of it. So there are lots of advantage of big data over BI, and that is what we are going to see in our next sections which are coming up. So hope I was clear on this thing, and thanks for watching.